Hi.
Hi.
Christina.
Vera.
From Souls Enlightenment.
I was going to say guess.
Yeah.
Souls Enlightenment, yeah.
And Vera and I wanted to talk to you today about something, because last week we talked about dreams.
Right.
And this week is something that goes along with dreams. It's something that we do in the night, is soul travel. So soul traveling is what we do when we're asleep.
Yep.
And now, Vera, when we are...
You're not always asleep.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when we're...
Most of the time, yeah.
And now, one of the things that people are concerned about sometimes is, what do you mean soul travel? How do I get back to my body?
Yeah.
But we can never truly be separated from our body because of the silver cord.
Right.
Yeah, the silver cord. So
I was going to say umbilical. Silver cord.
But it's like a spiritual
yeah.
umbilical cord back to our body.
Yeah.
So what are the things, why would we want to soul travel? What do we do during soul travel? And that's something where we have places and people that we want to go visit.
Exactly.
And usually, a lot of times it's people in life that sometimes we know, and we can visit them when they're sleeping too.
Right.
For messages and just to talk with them
Yeah.
for different reasons. But also sometimes it's people that we don't know. Like Vera and I had an experience where we soul traveled to help children that had been actually sexually abused, and so we were trying to help them to learn how to trust adults again. Now, do people always remember when they wake up? It doesn't mean that, it doesn't mean that children remembered it.
Yeah.
But when you're visiting them like that, it seeps through to their subconscious mind so that it can help them,
If they accept it. Remember, we still have the power to not accept what people are sending us.
Right.
Whatever it is that we want to accept. But, if they do, then, they
can help
They
them.
get the healing or whatever.
Yeah, and sometimes we can even visit people who aren't sleeping. Like my mother had an experience where she went and she tried to help a young man that she didn't know, but he was trying to commit suicide, actually. He was going to hang himself. But she talked to him. Now, he couldn't see her, but she was infusing him with thoughts and light to try to help to pull him out of that dark place. And she was successful. He made it through the night. Yeah. So that's something that we can do. Now, where is another place that we would soul travel to?
The other side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what are some of the reasons that we would travel to the other side for? Could be to visit loved ones.
Loved ones, just to be able to replenish, our soul energy. Yeah, rejuvenate our soul.
And one thing that Angus was saying through you during a session was that Vera was doing a lot of soul traveling to the libraries, the great libraries, for hypnosis and different research. Because on the other side, we're always researching, aren't we?
Yeah. And I must have had a blast because I love going. I love books.
You do.
Yeah.
And there's the Hall of Records. Sometimes we want to help ourselves or others, and we're going to go to the Hall of Records or the scanning machine, for things that have already happened. Or
I had a client that went and saw Prince in concert.
That's right.
When he passed on.
Yeah, after he died. That's we can catch musical concerts and even lectures on the other side. Because that same client was also went to go see a lecture with Aristotle,
Yeah.
And it's really, a fascinating note I wanted to tell you is that most of the time when we're doing a session with Angus through you, and you're seeing where we are on the other side. Yeah,
there's like a whole auditorium full of people that are watching.
It's really neat, everybody.
It's awesome.
It's really cool because, Angus is giving us information to help clients that we have sending in questions, but he's doing a lecture on the other side. People are there, and it's also, I'm sure, these people's spirit guides and loved ones that are there to give information.
The angels.
And the angels. That's another thing that...
that's exciting.
Yeah, Angus was also telling us through Vera that one of the ways we can go ourselves to soul travel to the other side, but sometimes angels come and escort us.
Right.
And I was asking him one time why, I was asking him about this one position that I always wake up in.
Yeah.
And he told me that it's easier for my angel to pull me out of my body that way. So that's interesting too, I thought. And then not long ago, you had a session where he was saying that even our angels escort us back too sometimes, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Because
so it's an easy entry because sometimes we slam back in, so they help us.
Yeah, and they give us messages on the way back.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering, why do they escort us back if we can go ourselves? And you kind of thought, like, if we're walking, like you would walk somebody out to their car.
Door. Exactly.
You know, because you want to tell them something on the way, or our angels want to give them a healing.
Yeah. They're just walking us back to our vehicle.
Yeah, exactly. And one other thing I wanted to tell you, too, is that we also meet with our team on the other side. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, I meet with my team for my art even and say, okay, this is what I want you to infuse me with.
Yeah, that was really interesting to see.
It was.
So
it
cool.
was really neat when she was describing that to me in a session.
Yeah,
I was having them. So those are some of the things that we do when we're soul traveling, helping people. Yeah. We can even help the world by going to the other side to do research. Yeah. And one of the things that Angus was saying too, when it comes to our fatigue, it's like we can be rejuvenated, can't we?
Yeah.
And how often would how often would we go?
Yeah, it depends on your energy level too, but he was saying like try to curtail it to maybe 3 days a week instead of going 7, because you know it's so exciting to go, because sometimes you know it's just we don't get enough rest because you know we're doing other stuff. Right.
So yeah, it's like if we soul travel to the other side just a little bit, like once or twice a week, then it's like he was likening it to getting out of a pool. We come back feeling rejuvenated.
That's so true, because whenever we're done with whenever I'm in trance, I just feel so good. I mean, it feels like I could do cartwheels, run, you know, do whatever. And then when we come back, like I told Chrissy, it feels like you're coming out of a swimming pool.
Yeah, and that's why he was saying that sometimes you know, you might find yourself really tired and not knowing why. And he's saying, well, it's because if you're traveling too much at night, then it's like getting in and out of a pool, So it's like feeling the lightness, then feeling the heaviness. Yeah. So like you said, to curtail it and maybe just go 3 times a week. Yeah. You can ask your angels to keep you in. Don't let me go out tonight so I can get some real sleep here.
Exactly.
So, but we were excited to share some of those interesting tidbits with you about soul travel. Yeah. And one last thing that I wanted to tell you about it, which I thought was really cool, is that Angus said that when we go home, I thought, do we just show up at a lecture or do we just show up at, you know, these certain places? Mm-hmm. But what he was saying, and this is really neat, is that we have a place that we always go to and through. Not like a station, but like I had an experience where I woke up. Well, I had recall of where it was, and it was like being on a bed and waking up, and that was the place where we would go from. Mm-hmm. And he said that we all have a place where our soul tribe goes, which are the people, the entities that we hang out with on the other side, and that we all have these certain places that we go to and through to go to visit, and then we come back. Yeah. So I thought that was really neat, and Vera and I just wanted to share a little bit of that neat information with you.
Exactly. So, and if you have any stories, let us know.
That would be wonderful. We could share some of your stories with our audience.
There you go.
So thank you for sharing this time with us, and we're looking forward to seeing you, maybe even on the other side. Bye.
Bye.